Right, so I've just finished watching Money in the Bank, and I thought I'll give you my sort of thoughts and kind of review of the whole pay-per-view as a whole. Um, Overall, I enjoyed it. There's a few bits and pieces with it that I just don't get, and a few bits that were very predictable. But like I said, I'll go through all the matches one by one, and I'll talk you through it about what I thought and things like that. So let's kick it. The night kicked straight off with the SmackDown Money in the Bank match. Um, it was a decent match, but it was full of botches. There were so many mistakes in this match; it was unbelievable. One that springs to mind was Tensai and Santino. Santino was it was quite embarrassing to watch really, but he was acting as if he was scared of heights. And then Tensai came to sort of like power bomb him off the ladder, but then they messed it up. Santino got like hooked up on the ladder. They ended up like falling backwards together, which was really quite embarrassing. There was another botch that I saw where Cody Rhodes didn't connect properly with Sin Cara for a kick, and Cody Rhodes' leg was here and Sin Cara's head was there, but Sin Cara reacted to it, and it obviously didn't look, it didn't sell it to us at all, really, did it? But yeah, like I said, there was lots and lots of botches in this match, but overall, I was happy with it. Dolph Ziggler won, which I was very happy with. If you saw my predictions video, you'll know that I did want Dolph Ziggler to win. Um, and I'm happy he won. I'm happy that he's going to get his shot at the kind of main event card if WWE don't screw it up. Hoping that he's going to stay up there because he's worked for it, and he's a great wrestler. One of my highlights of that match was when Tensai threw him over the announce table, and the way he sold it, the way he sold himself getting thrown over that table was brilliant, and it genuinely looks painful, which is what we want to see from WWE. And that's why I love Ziggler, so I'm really happy Ziggler won there. There was a few good moments in that match, but like I said, it was kind of spoiled really by all the botches. So yeah, Ziggler won, and I was happy with that. Next up, the Miz made a return, which I was very happy with. Obviously, the Miz has been out shooting a film for the past couple of months, and he came back with his kind of new look. He's got his new hairstyle, and I think he looks really cool. I was kind of expecting him to turn face, but he still might do that. Of course, we got Raw tonight actually, and the Raw 1000 show coming up. So I do still think that they're going to turn Miz face and just kind of secure himself as a main eventer again, because obviously the past few months he's kind of faded off into the mid card. So yeah, happy that Miz returns, and he announced himself into the Raw Money in the Bank match, which was really exciting as well. So that he was the 5th member. After that, we had Sheamus versus Del Rio, and I wasn't really a big fan of this match really, because I felt like we had seen it so many times before on SmackDown. It was a match that we've just seen over and over again. There was no big special moment in it, and the ending was very predictable. Obviously, we've seen Sheamus do his bro kick many times. Maybe we could have had Del Rio kick out of it and put Sheamus in the cross arm breaker or something like that, just to make it a bit more exciting and a bit more unpredictable, as opposed to he's in the corner beating his chest and then straight away for the bro kick for the win. But after that, Ziggler did come out and attempt to cash his Money in the Bank in, but before the bell could ring, Sheamus hit him with the bro kick, so he didn't cash it in. So it was really close to a cash in, which kind of made the end quite exciting really. But again, Ziggler, he didn't cash it in. It was just too early. Yeah, just too early for the bell. And then Sheamus obviously ended it straight away there. So obviously they're going to carry on that feud, maybe up until SummerSlam. Next up, we have Primo and Epico versus Primetime Players, and I felt quite awkward watching this match really, because the crowd were absolutely dead. There was not a single cheer from the crowd in this whole match. The crowd were not into it at all. And what I don't get is why they'd had R-Truth and Kofi Kingston versus Camacho and Hunico in the pre-show, when they could have put that match in this slot, so the Primo and Epico versus Primetime Players slot. because it adds another title match to the card, and it just makes it a little bit more exciting. Why have a title match not in the official show, but then you replace it with something we've seen on SmackDown over and over and over again, and even on Superstars? So yeah, that wasn't a very eventful match. It was a little bit boring really, but Primo and Epico came out on top by a little rolled up Darren Young, I think it was, and got the surprise win at the end. It was an alright match really, but like I said, quite boring, and the crowd were absolutely dead. Next up was CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan, my most anticipated match of the night. I liked it. It was a good match, but it wasn't as good as I hoped. CM Punk got the win. I'll just get that out of the way now, because I want to talk about more what happened during the match as opposed to the result. What I found very strange was how they kind of made it as if AJ got injured, because they've built this match up for so long. Like, they've been saying, oh, AJ's the special guest referee, how's she going to do this? How's she going to play the role of the referee? Why take her out of the majority of the match, so have her at the beginning and the end? Why wouldn't they just keep her in the match throughout the whole thing? I just found that very strange. Obviously a table got brought into it as well, kind of made it a little bit more exciting. And that's how CM Punk won as well. We did the suplex from Bryan through the table at the end and got the pinfall. AJ counted him, but also throughout the match AJ was kind of being impartial to both of them. There was one point where Punk set up a chair in the corner and he was about to throw Bryan into it, but AJ steps in front of the way, and then straight after that Bryan was about to pick up the kendo stick and start hitting Punk, but AJ stood on the stick so he couldn't pick it up. So obviously she's still impartial between the two of them, and what I didn't really like about it is we don't get any continuation from them. Well, there was no closure. I was hoping that this match was going to kind of close off the feud and lead up to, obviously, maybe I think Cena and Punk are going to be coming to blows soon, but I'll move on to that later. But like I said, I wanted a bit of closure on this feud because it's gone on for a really long time now. But I didn't feel that we learned anything, and we didn't gain any more story from this. So obviously they're going to have to do a bit more on Raw tonight. So let's see what they do for that. But it was a good match overall. It was quite exciting. There was a few good moves in there, and also we had the weapons in there. So the sticks, the chairs, the tables. That was quite interesting to see. It was a good match overall, and it should have been the main event as well. I don't get how they can have a number one the WWE title match before a match which is the number one contenders match. So they should have had the Raw Money in the Bank match and then the title match, because then it makes the title match a bit more exciting to think, oh, maybe the winner of the Money in the Bank match is going to come out and cash it in. But no, obviously that took it away because it was before the Money in the Bank match. So I think that was a bit of a bad decision by WWE there. Next up we had Ryback versus Tyler X and Kurt Hawkins. Again, something which didn't really need to be on the card. We've seen this on SmackDown week in, week out. It was just kind of chucked in there, maybe just to fill out the time a bit more. But your usual Ryback match really, apart from this time Ryback took a bit of a beating before he got the win, but there's no need to talk about that really. You know how Ryback matches go by now. Then we had Layla, Caitlyn and Tamina versus Beth Phoenix, Natalya and Eve. I'm not even really going to talk about this. It was a complete waste of time. We didn't need it. It wasn't a good match. It was my toilet break really. Again, there's no need to talk about that, and I don't get why Caitlyn is in a pay-per-view higher in the card than CM Punk, Daniel Bryan. I don't get how Caitlyn is higher in the card than the WWE title match in a pay-per-view. I just don't get that, because Caitlyn has been on nothing but NXT for months. So how is she higher in the card than the WWE title match? So that was definitely a bad decision by WWE, and one match I was just completely bored with. Then we had the main event, so it was the Raw Money in the Bank match. I thought this was better than the SmackDown Money in the Bank match, because obviously the SmackDown one was full of botches, and this one kind of had a bit more excitement to it. They all ganged up on Big Show at the beginning and kind of buried him in a big rubble pile of ladders, which I thought was quite good. It was quite exciting to see that. And Cena AA'd Big Show through the announce table, which was quite good as well. That was quite exciting to see. I was rooting for Jericho or Miz throughout the match, because I love those two characters, and everyone else, like I said in my predictions video, I thought they were a bit past it. Big Show not going to be able to pull off a good title run anymore. Kane can't really stay up in the main event, so it was either between Cena, Jericho or Miz. Cena got the win, as you know, and there's a lot of debate going on whether the ending of this match was a botch, because if you've seen it, Cena was hitting Big Show with the briefcase on the top of this giant ladder that Big Show pulled out, which was a bit extreme. I thought it was some massive, huge, giant ladder. I thought it was quite funny, really. But yeah, back onto that point, Cena was hitting Big Show with the briefcase, and then all of a sudden it snaps off and it's in Cena's hands. So there's a lot of debate saying, was Cena supposed to win this match, because it just broke out into his hand, he didn't unclip it. And was it supposed to end then? But I do believe it was supposed to end literally 10 seconds after this moment. I think that Cena was going to continue hitting Big Show with this briefcase until he eventually fell off, and then Cena was going to unclip it. It just happened about 10 seconds earlier. That's why Big Show doesn't fall straight off when Cena has it in his hand, because he hasn't quite realised that it's detached from the hook. That's why Cena has to give Big Show a few more blows. But we knew Cena was going to win, really, didn't we? There's a lot of predictions going around, especially my friend. He thinks that this is leading into the Rock feuding with Cena again, because obviously the Rock wants another title match, so maybe Cena wins the title, leads that into the Rock feud, and they maybe have a fight at SummerSlam or the future WrestleMania or something. But I'm not really a big fan of the fact that John Cena is now back in the main event title. It's like WWE can't do a good storyline with the WWE title unless John Cena has it. Why can't they put Cena lower down in the card and just give some of their newer stars a go at the main event? Why does that WWE title have to mean something only when John Cena has it? And that's what I don't like. Obviously Cena's going to eventually get the title again, and we're going to be back to square one. It's as if The Rock versus John Cena never happened at WrestleMania, because Cena was saying how his career will never be the same again, but he lost that match, and it's exactly the same Cena as we've seen for years. Cracking jokes, same old superhero gimmick that he can lift Big Show but no one else can, and all that type of thing. And now he's eventually going to be the champion again, and it's just the same old stuff, really. I'm never going to give up on WWE. I do love watching it. It's just their decisions really are bad. Like, they do really make some really bad decisions. But back to the pay-per-view. Overall, I thought it was enjoyable, but you wouldn't miss anything if you missed the pay-per-view. So if you didn't watch this and carried on watching Raw, you haven't missed much, obviously, apart from Ziggler and Cena, but Cena was expected. So yeah, a decent pay-per-view. It entertained me. It was full of botches, really, so it wasn't great wrestling wise, but like I said, overall it's entertaining. I'll give it about a 6 out of 10. So that was it. That was my thoughts on Money in the Bank 2012. So drop your thoughts down in the comments below, and that's about it for the video. So I'll see you in my next one.